Hello, friends. How are you doing? Welcome. It's Tuesday again, the 29th, and I am here. It's going to be a short one today because I have a lot of stuff I need to get done, and I've been procrastinating. Not procrastinating. I've been busy. I hosted a songwriter show and workshop this weekend, so that took my attention for the last couple weeks. A lot of it, which was warranted and lovely, and I'm so grateful for it, and I'm so grateful for everybody who came. And I also have a lot of songs in progress. I have a song coming out this Friday, May 2nd. I can't believe it's already May almost. That's exciting, so I'll post about that. Keep an eye on it. It's called Battle Cry. Maybe I'll do a story in a moment where I'll give you the little pre-save link, so check that out. So yeah, this is the life of a working vocal coach, songwriter, event coordinator, too busy person. I'm doing all the things all the time, and some things have to wait while I'm doing the other things. And if that is you also, which most of us at least work 2 jobs at this point, I think, I just want to say that I see you and I feel you, and life is hard. But also, I hope that what you're doing makes you happy. If it doesn't, I hope that you are willing to stand up and say something, and or have the courage to go look for something that makes you at least a little bit happier. Because how I get through all of my stuff that I bring on myself. All of these projects are things I bring on myself. But how I get through it is because I like it so much. I like all of it so much. It can be a little overwhelming. There's so much to do when you own your own business and you have to be everything. You know, you're all the parts, all the pieces, all the roles. But because it makes me so happy, I am happy to keep doing it, you know? So just keep that in mind. And today hi Georgiana, welcome. Today I am, I don't know really what to focus on other than the fact that I've had so many incredible students who are creating their own music lately, which is really exciting for me, not only because I get to be a part of the process. I'm helping them to finalize their songs and produce them, like Georgiana is. I'm helping to help them do the whole release process as well. So I've got a couple other students who are in the process of writing original songs, which is really exciting. Talk about vocal training is making decisions not based on what somebody else has done in a song, but making decisions based on what you want to do, because the song doesn't exist yet, right? You are birthing it into creation, so you have to make all the decisions. And you're not just going off of, oh, do I want to copy the original person exactly, or do I want to tweak it a little bit? This doesn't exist, right? You're literally baking from scratch here, which is really exciting and hard. But it really does, this practice of writing and creating, and even just if you're not a full songwriter yet, just creating, when you get in the car, just make it a goal for yourself to just make up a little ditty. It doesn't have to have words. It can just be a little tune that didn't exist before, you know? Or if you have words that you want to say, make up a tune for that. If you have poetry, make up a little tune for that. If you play an instrument, find a new order of chords to play. So I really suggest that. Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for trusting me to help you, to support you, because your songs are awesome. And I'm so glad to see them actually going into the world, you know. So often people will bring me stuff and be like, this is what I got, and then I'm like, great, let's finish it, let's record it, and then they don't do anything with it. They're like, no, it's too scary. So grateful to those students who are now saying, look, I know it's scary, and I'm going to share this with the world because it is mine. I created it. I have something to say. My voice is important. And even if 2 people listen to it, it's better than holding it to myself forever, you know? So I'm grateful to those of you who are doing that. As a vocalist, as I was saying, I think it's so beneficial to at least make an effort to create your own melodies, because that's how we learn to tweak and adjust and authenticize somebody else's melody, right? Like, it's really hard to make something your own, as I always ask my students to do. Like, I don't want you to just copy what the person did. How do you make this your own? It's really hard to do that if you don't have any practice creating melodies, right? If you're just always singing somebody else's melody, you don't know what you like and what naturally wants to come out, because you've never said to that impulsive creative being on the inside, okay, what do you got, right? We're always like, is this correct or is this not correct? But the best part about improvising and creating music is that you really start to build your allowing muscle, right? If you have a thought, an impulse, like in the shower, say you're singing something, you're like, I don't know what song that is. Cool, follow that. See where else it wants to go. Maybe the inspiration came from somewhere and you don't know where that is right now, but follow it somewhere different, you know? You're, instead of holding back and being like, oh, I don't know what it needs to be and it's not perfect yet, so I can't let it out. You are on purpose telling yourself, your creative impulse, okay, whatever you let out is fine with me, you know? Even if it sounds weird or out of key, or if you hit a wrong note, which doesn't exist really when you're creating, you're letting it out. You're in that practice of on purpose, intentionally saying yes in every single moment. If you've ever done improv comedy, if you've ever seen improv comedy, the one rule is yes. Yes and, right? I'm not going to shut you down what you just gave me. I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to build on it. I'm going to make it weirder, because that makes it me, right? I'm adding a little piece of myself to the concoction. And now it is concoction that never would have been created before, and it will never be created the same way again. That's why there's billions of songs in the world, and people get to claim that they're their own, right? Even if there's a song out there with the exact same chord progression, most of the same melody, but different lyrics and different inflection, it's yours. It still counts. I mean, technically, copyright laws, etc., blah, 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 can't copyright chord progressions, but they can copyright melodies, like, of a certain length. So just watch out for that. Not that anybody's going to ever come sue you, but you never know. It happened to Ed Sheeran, so it could happen to all of us. I just wanted to reiterate that when you say yes, cool things happen. And a thing that a lot of my students get hung up on is like, okay, but it's not like the most unique thing in the world. It feels kind of basic, it feels kind of blah, feels boring. Because these chords, I feel like I've heard these chords before. I feel like I've heard this little melody moment, right? These three notes, I've heard these three notes before. But understandably, you feel that way. However, the great thing about music is everything is an inspiration from somewhere else. There's nothing original left. You guys, there's nothing that has never been done before. Everything is, you're paying homage to all the things you've been listening to your whole life. Every singer you've ever sung along with, you integrated something from them, and now you are putting it all together into this magical concoction that is you. That's why it's unique, because it is not unique. Does that make sense? It's a weird sentence to say. It is unique because it is yours. Nobody has the exact same life experience that you do. Nobody has the exact same voice that you do physically. It's a fingerprint. Nobody has the exact same influences that you do. Some people may have similar, but not exactly the same, right? You may have listened to like 19 of the same 20 artists as the next person, but that 20th artist that you listen to that they don't adds a little extra flavor, right? I talk about this with my students all the time. Go watch the video on YouTube. Everything is a remix. It's like an hour-long video essay. If you're ever worried about not creating something new and fresh and special, you can't. Let that go. Watch that video and it'll explain why. Every type of music has evolved from some other type of music. Every type of art has evolved from some other type of art. Because you live at the time you live and you have all of it available to you on the internet, especially now, nothing is, you don't have to feel like you have to be completely unique and do something that's never been done before. That's what I'm saying. Take that weight off of you. It's not possible anyway, so stop telling yourself that you suck because it's not the most unique thing ever. Yeah? Hi, Sam. Nice to see you. So I just want to reiterate that. As a songwriter, I did this whole songwriting weekend. I do it every quarter mostly. And all the songs I heard this week were unique because of the people that wrote them. They were inspired by other sounds, right? They were inspired by bluegrass. They were inspired by other Hawaiian slack key artists. They were inspired by Latin artists because that's who they listened to. And now they are a new person using those inspirations, pulling those flavors from the ethers and making them solid into a song that could only come through you. And that's why they're all so interesting. And if somebody is like, oh yeah, I heard, you know, you have a lot of influences from Sade, or you have a lot of influences from Johnny Cash or something, you get to say, thank you. I love them. I appreciate that, instead of, oh man, I sounded too much like that person, right? And as vocalists, we think about this all the time, especially in vocal training. I'll have people imitate somebody all the time to feel the different placements in our voice, the different textures that we can add, the different shapes and sizes of our pharynx. Like you can sing the same note like Cher, right? Or you can sing it like Britney Spears, same note, very different flavor, right? So in order to find the different flavors of your voice, imitation is the best way to find it, because that's how you learn to speak and sing in the first place. So imitation is not a dirty word. It is important. It is how we learn, especially at the beginning. And it's how we bring together all of our favorite things and make something new that is only yours. Make sense? So that is a thing. For all of you people out there who want to create their own music, please don't stop yourself because you think that it's not gonna be unique enough. Don't stop yourself because you can't play an instrument very well. Who cares? If you can play 4 chords, great. You're solid. If you know somebody who plays an instrument and will play with you to write a song, great. You've got everything you need. Now your job is to just say yes, right? You have inklings in your head all the time. I know you do. You have little moments of like, singing in the shower, singing in the car. And instead of letting that gremlin shut you off and be like, nope, that sucks, it's nothing. Your job, if you choose to accept it, is to be like, look, everything is a remix. And I'm going to create something interesting and inspired by something else, and that is okay. So go write a song today. That's my lesson for always and forever, but especially today, because I am inspired by all the songwriters I heard this weekend. The workshop that we had, my goodness, it was so cool, because we had, in the beginning of the day, we had a song share. So everybody brought a song they wrote already. Maybe it was unfinished, or maybe they just wanted feedback on some different parts of it. They brought it and we all gave feedback. And the coolest part is that, like, everybody's coming from such different places. You get feedback that you never would have expected. You get feedback about your mix from a producer. You get feedback about your structure from a legend in songwriting. You get feedback from people who are just starting to write songs that you know, from beginners who are like, oh, I really liked that, but I really wanted to hear this, you know. That's valid too. So get people's opinion. Don't not share your song, because that's how you make your song better also. And then the second half of the day, these 9 songwriters that we had a group of, we split up into 3 groups of 3, and every song that was created, we had a brief, an inspiration, a direction, but we all wrote on the same brief, weirdly enough, but they all were so vastly different, and they ended up so wildly unique because of all of our different influences, right? We had the same reference track, we had the same direction, same words directing us, but we all wrote 3 very different songs because we had 3 very different people from the other group with different musical influences, with different abilities on instruments, different vocal abilities, different vocal flavors, you know, and different interpretations of the question in the brief. So that was really awesome to see. And it really just reiterates my point of like, where you're coming from is enough. You know, you don't have to be the most trained vocalist in the world to create something interesting and tell us a little bit more about yourself, because that's what we want to hear. We want to hear more about you. We want to hear what you want to say. So stop holding it back, dang it. You know, so go write a song today. That's my thing. If you have any questions about songwriting or any of that, I do integrate some of that songwriting feedback and lessons into my coaching, and I probably will be doing more of that in Vocal Magic in the next year or 2. So if you want to learn about songwriting from me, as well as vocals, as well as the nervous system stuff that I talk about all the time, let's go, bro. I don't know what that was. Let's go. Let's do it. Send me a message. Let's talk about it. How to make it work for you. I would love to have you. My Vocal Magic is my signature program. It is now a membership, so you can come and go whenever you'd like. It is more affordable. If you ever looked at the price before, it is different. So let me know. It's not up on the website right now, but let me know and I'll give you all the details if you want to join us. Yeah, lots of love. And I hope you have a lovely day. Go create something, because that's how we create the world that we want to live in, instead of letting all of the stupid people in charge do what they want to do. Okay, bye. That's all I have to say. Bye.